Hey guys, welcome to the very first Cooking with JG. I'm Jamarcus Gaston, and this is our awesome studio here. Francine Bryson is in the kitchen. For some of those folks that have said, hey, how do I become a studio audience member? All you have to do is sign up on WSBA.com. We're going to be doing this once a month, where I bring in some of my foodie friends here to our studio audience, and we cook, we talk, we get a little bit of their food stories. My first guest ever needs no introduction. She's a friend of mine. Francine Bryson is a cookbook author, TV personality, and just an all-around really good person. I'm trying to remember the names of your books. Blue Ribbon Baking from a Redneck Kitchen.
Blue Ribbon Recipe?
Blue Ribbon Baking.
Recipes. I don't even know.
It's Blue Ribbon Baking.
Blue Ribbon
from a Redneck
Baking.
Kitchen. And then Country Cooking from a Redneck Kitchen.
Yeah.
And so we're so excited to have you here. We also have two awesome audience members with us today, Tiger and Lori. Thank you guys so much for being here with us. We're going to ask them some questions a little bit later on today. But Francine, I want to talk a little about you. And I was asking you this as we're working on the show. I wanted to know where the inspiration for your cooking comes from. And a lot of it's family with you. Your mom and your dad. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, every good tree needs a root system, and my root system is my grandparents and my great-grandma and all those, and they taught me how to cook when I was like super young.
Knee-high to a grasshopper, and there's a picture of Francine's.
That's my mom and me.
Look at you, you're so cute. Now, you're still cute, but
that's
I mean,
me and my dad, and I'm identical to my daddy, and it's so weird. Everybody's like, you look just like your daddy, but I was my daddy's pride and joy, and my daddy was my life.
That's awesome. I mean,
it was amazing.
And I'd imagine, were they big foodies like to eat?
Yes. Daddy, actually, I would have never started competing if it hadn't been for my dad. And Daddy's like, there was a pork competition in town, and he's like, you need to do this barbecue competition. And I'm like, Dad, I'm 16 years old. I ain't got time. I was chasing boys, playing in the mud. I could have cared. I was dating a football player, so I could.
So you had other interests.
I had other interests in cooking at the time. And he was like, no, you need to do this. And I said, all right, fine. So I come up with this thing, and it was a stuffed pork loin, and I entered it. I didn't think anything of it. I mean, it was like, all right, whatever. And then we were sitting there waiting for them to call out the winners, and they called out. They never called my name, and I was like, okay, I got to go. I got to go. And then they called my name, and it was like I had beat the adults and the kids, and I was like, whoa, I'm good at this. You know, one time in, I knew I was.
You're like, I'm done. Now I can write.
One and done.
All the books there.
Yeah.
And then what point did baking happen? Like, when did you start doing the baking?
I started baking at 4 years old. I baked my first pie by myself at 4 years old. And,
most people won't let their 4-year-old look at the kitchen.
Right, but my grandmas and my mama were very adamant about, they wanted me to grow up to be June Cleaver, know how to sew, know how to cook, know how to run a family, know how to raise kids, know how to fix the boo-boos and put Band-Aids on. And that's what they did, and I paid attention, and I had more fun. I had more fun in the kitchen watching them create these, because these were Depression people. They grew up during the Depression when you could take a can of beans and a pack of flour.
Everything was used.
You have to use everything. You have to make something out of everything. And I watched them create these ginormous, beautiful meals out of nothing. And I was like, I really got to do this. I need to learn how to do this. I want to learn, and they taught me, and I took it through my life, and I use it every day with, there's days when I can't believe I'm saying this out loud. There's days I don't want to go to the grocery store.
Right, I'd imagine not. Tiger, were you cooking anything at 4 years old? Grab that mic on there. What were you doing at 4 years old? Cereal? You made cereal. Lori, how about you? What were you making at 4 years old?
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid. That's my answer there as well. And so, Francine, talk a little bit about your books. We talked about them. We have some pictures of them. That they are so popular. They've been on bestsellers list. You've sold out QVC a couple times.
4 times.
Tell us about the first one, Blue Ribbon Baking, and then we'll talk about Country Cooking.
Blue Ribbon Baking actually was my dream come true. It was my whole life long. I mean, that's what I wanted to do. I learned to read by reading Mastering the Art of French Cooking from Julia Childs. I did not read the ABC books, the Mother Gooses.
That was at 5, y'all.
Yeah,
she was at 5.
I'm reading these, these ginormous cookbooks, and I was like, this is what I need to do with my life. I need to write cookbooks. And I got the opportunity when I did not win.
She was the runner-up to the CBS baking competition.
And I did not win, and the morning after the last show aired, that morning, there was 27 voicemails on my phone and an email. Please, publishing companies wanting to get a hold of me. We want you to write. And Jeff Foxworthy told my husband the night of the finale, he said, I promise you she'll get a cookbook deal.
Yeah.
She will get a cookbook deal from somewhere. She will get one. He said, this cannot be capped.
And because everyone thought that it was rigged. They're like, Francine has to win. I think we have some video too of from that night of the launch party, and when we watched all that, we're all kind of mesmerized. Like, why didn't you win?
Yeah.
But there are all types of politics that went into that. But you didn't need to win, and we're glad that you didn't, because now that you have all these books. And you did the baking first, right after the CBS baking competition. Jeff Foxworthy even wrote the foreword to her. I mean, who has Jeff Foxworthy writing the foreword to their book?
Actually, he calls and checks on us every once in a while, so he's pretty cool.
You know, Uncle Jeff, when Uncle Jeff calls.
Uncle Jeff, that's what the kids call him.
They do, they call him that. And then of course the blue ribbon or the country cooking is not so much sweet things as much as
savory and desserts, breads, and because everybody's like, do you eat real food? I'm like, no, I feed my children cupcakes every day of the week.
Everybody gets cupcakes.
Everybody
no one
gets
gets anything,
but
any savory foods. And you have lots of foodie friends too. We have some pictures. We just had the Swedish group here, and they were filming some behind the scenes for something that's going to air in the fall. So you'll see our show on their show. And there's him at the front. There you go. There's her boyfriend, I like to call him. Sarah Blake, your daughter. Roy. And so really a lot of foodie friends. So you say you get inspiration from your friends.
I get inspiration from my friends, my colleagues. I do regular sets, the Chef and the Fat Man, which is Eric Holdo.
Colonel Sanders.
I had to pay homage to the Colonel. He invented pressure fried chicken. I mean, how
and
could
you're
you
an
not?
honorary colonel?
No, I am a full-fledged Corbin Colonel.
Well,
so and that's handed down by the governor. So, but it's just, I get it from everywhere. I get it from trips that I take. Like I can go to, I just got back from the Caribbean, so of course this is why it's a Caribbean theme, because I'm still stuck on island time. And
I thought she was going to get here 45 minutes late because she was on island time.
No, I'm on time.
She showed up right on time. So.
But I get it from everywhere, from my friends, from places I go, from things I eat, and I'm like, I'll eat something, and I go, oh, I could do this, or do this, do that. So I love it. It's just, I don't like not being inspired.
Right. And she's like, she gets foodie inspiration from me. I was like, well, because I eat anything that you make, and then that just inspires you to create more.
Well, you're like one of the guinea pigs in my life. It's like,
I'm the guinea pig. That is me.
What do you think about this?
That is me, and I will try it for sure.
That is our life.
So tell us what you're making here today.
Okay, so what we're doing, I decided to go out in my little garden and play around and see what I could come up with. And what I came up with is we're going to use watermelon, grilled pineapple, a little bit of cilantro, and some lime, and make some Caribbean-inspired summertime tacos.
I like it.
But these are mini tacos.
Little mini tacos.
Mini tacos.
A little good for entertaining. So when Tiger and Lori have folks over, they can have some mini tacos.
I am obsessed with miniature. Travel size items, miniature food. If I could eat nothing but appetizers, I would eat nothing but appetizers. I love tiny food. I like the little hand bite stuff. So that's what I've come up with. And I've got, this is just plain chicken that I've cooked and tore apart, and we're going to do chicken and watermelon, which I love watermelon. And people would not think you could put watermelon
and put them together. That's not something people think about.
And we've got some cilantro, so we're going to take some fresh cilantro.
And you said this is all in your garden?
I have cilantro, basil, some lavender, and mint, and we're all going to use that out of my garden.
Look at that. I need to get a garden. Am I too late for a garden?
It's therapy for me. I don't think it's too late.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could always work for next year.
Yeah, I mean, me and my husband got out there and just dug up the ground and covered it in pot and soil, and then ta-da, we had a garden. But
so I want you guys, feel free at any time if you have a question or you want to know something that I didn't ask Francine. It's really informal. We're just foodies having a conversation, so be sure to pick it up there. Any questions from her talking about her background and her family? Any questions you have or something you want to know a little bit more about? I know Lori's thinking. I see Lori. She's thinking about something.
The wheels is turning.
Do you have brothers and sisters? I don't know about that.
I have a younger brother. He lives here in Greenville, his wife and his daughter. And he's 4 years younger than I am. And I think he works for Michelin. I think so. I'm not sure.
He does something that's not cooking.
Yes, he does something that's not cooking.
That's what my siblings. Everyone says, "What do they do?" I'm like, I think.
We're opposite though. I was like, I was the kid that was around mom and daddy's legs all the time, and he was the one that was off running around and conquering the world. And now he's the homebody,
well,
and I'm conquering the world.
You're conquering the world with food.
Yeah.
That is.
We sort of switched as we all grew older, and now that we're both in our 40s and grown, and our parents are gone, and it's just us now, and there's like 50 cousins spread out all over the country. I don't know where everybody's at.
There's a lot of them.
There's
big
a
families.
lot of folks.
Okay, let's make some food. So then we're gonna get to the studio audience taste test. So I want you guys to be thinking about questions too as we continue to cook here.
So I have got tortillas this is sauteed onions and tomatoes.
Okay.
You said you didn't like tomatoes, but you can try
I can eat
You can try it.
We're gonna make Tiger eat tomatoes.
We're gonna make him eat tomatoes.
No,
so
don't
we're
break
gonna
out in
see if
hives.
these are-
No.
Tiger, tell us, as Francine's working over here, tell us a little bit about what you do. You're a foodie in town, and people may have been to, one of the restaurants or two.
I am one of the owners of Henry's Smokehouse.
Yeah.
And like you said, I am a little bit of a foodie. I like to cook. I like to go out and eat more than anything. And all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
What is one of your favorite places here in town? Do you have anything that kind of rises to
Sassafras is my
Sassafras.
I love sassafras.
Good southern.
Oh yeah,
dishes?
one of my favorite dishes is a pecan crusted trout, and to me they have one of the best ones out there.
There you go.
Yeah.
How about you, Lori? What is people may know one of your nephew for one because he's on the show a lot, but.
Yes, my nephew, Chef Patrick.
Chef Patrick,
Chef
Patrick has been on the show a lot, and just a really good guy. He threw his mom under the bus by saying, "Well, she didn't know how to cook, so that I had to do it myself." Do you get the foodie gene? If you tell a little bit of fib with that?
Foodie, he is more of a foodie than I am.
Yeah.
We do talk about it, and he, if he gets a new cookbook or anything, he'll bring it over, and we'll look through the cookbook and discuss the recipes and what he's gonna try next. And I'm always game for whatever he's come up with.
You're the guinea pig.
We're the guinea pig. His family's the guinea pig. They're very good about trying whatever.
And they're
he
such
comes
a
up
good
with.
supportive family too, which is really what you need when those young budding foodies out there. That you need to be supportive of them, even if it maybe not so great right then. Just give them your honest feedback, right?
I mean, for someone who just turned 16, he has accomplished a lot.
And a huge full circle moment. He won Francine's competition in Pickens a couple years ago. He was the grand champion. How old was he at that time? I don't know. He was really young when he won.
12?
I mean, he was really young when he won that competition. I was one of the judges of that, and we didn't know whose food it was, but it was really, really good.
Yeah, but you had it was 112 dishes, and you had to eat.
I had to eat 112 dishes. I mean, like, after that, I really didn't want to eat anything else. And after we got to Patrick's, and I forget what he made, but it was something really savory.
Cheesecake.
I thought it was like something that was food. I didn't think it was baked goods, but maybe it was.
Cheesecake.
But it was good. Whatever it was, we were like, that's it, unanimously. So, so Francine, we're finishing this up. What is this sauce you're putting on top?
Okay, this is a I can't even think what the name of it is.
I can't help you with that one.
This is like mayonnaise and cilantro and lime juice. It's like an aioli.
Okay.
But it's a mayonnaise based.
So it's like a redneck aioli. We should just call it the redneck aioli.
So this is okay. There's one of them is corn and one of them is flour.
So we're gonna get to the audience taste test here so that we can see what they're thinking over there. You guys can go ahead and dive in there. We want you to eat.
And if you don't like it, don't tell me.
Right.
I don't want to know.
And anybody that's thinking or checking out this stream or this video, and you have questions based on something that you're seeing, you can always post that question below.
They're
Francine
messy.
will go back and look at them, and we'll make sure that they get answered under there. Even if you're not watching it live, that's fine. We'll have to go back.
There's one is corn, and then one is flour tortilla, and you can do whatever you want to in this or whatever you want to. But there's something about the coolness of the watermelon. The coolness of the watermelon with the heat off of the chicken, and I made a little Caribbean-inspired spice mix for it, and there's a little back bite that's very light. It's not, no, it's not. Like if I was doing this, I would be putting like jalapeno peppers in it. And you can ask, you want some little cheese on it? You can put cheese on it.
Do we have any no cheese fans over there? Yeah, pick up the microphone. Tell us what y'all think about all these flavors. Mostly just so I can stop talking and get a little eat in here too.
Lord.
This is really good. I like the watermelon on it a lot, and the pineapple too. What's the spice you threw on the onions and tomato?
The spice is a little bit of maple and herb and some Jamaican seasoning, Jamaican
dirt
seasoning.
This is really good.
And some garlic, and I just mixed it all and just put it all together.
This tastes like an island.
It does.
Good, perfect for the backyard.
Yep. Exactly.
Lori, what are you thinking over there? I know your hands.
I would have put the watermelon in. It's very good.
Yeah?
It gives it a different bite. And then you can add the cotija cheese. There's
These
you
flavors,
one.
We'll let our Facebook Live master over there.
And usually you would
really
take the tortillas and put them in a pan, but we're like slim pickings on the pans around here. So you put the tortilla in the pan and then warm it up on both sides. And I like mine till they like bubble. You see when they poof, that's when I like mine. And then you get the coolness of everything. And you
these flavors.
They mix together good.
Park,
but
yeah.
I took the pineapple, and I have a big green egg, which I swear by I love my big green egg. And I took lime and sugar and spread it on the pineapple and grilled it. And then I coated it in a moonshine barbecue sauce that I made. So I did that.
Anybody needs any?
And that's how that happened.
Sorry guys, this ain't formal. This is
very informal. This is not live TV. We're usually done in 4 minutes.
But hey, we're just talking. We're just talking.
Yeah.
And Tony, keep us abreast if there's any questions that anybody wants to
He's over there eating.
He's eating now.
He's eating now.
So, Francine, I see some other things over here. What are we going to make?
I'm getting another bowl.
Get another bowl over here.
Another bowl. Okay, so you know we love things like bruschettas and the light salads over the summer. So this is taking 1 or 2 ingredients and you're creating another meal with this. So we're going to make a balsamic salad with fruit out of this. So it's very light, and I'm one of those, like when I buy a big watermelon, we only eat like part at a time. So I've got to come up with something, because if you don't eat it, it gets mushy and it goes bad. So I have to come up with other things that's going to happen, because a lot of times I'm making meals and having ingredients in my kitchen for my family to be able to do and use while I'm gone, because I'm usually getting on a plane and going somewhere else.
So you kind of do like a little bit of a meal prep for them.
I do have to do almost a meal prep. I go to the grocery store, and my husband, Lord knows I love that man. He could live on Marie Callender pot pies. and he's never hid that fact that he could do that. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking some watermelon.
So you can have the same ingredients to get like 5 meals out of it.
5 meals out of it. And we're going to take some fresh, and this is fresh pineapple. I killed this thing myself yesterday.
Killed it.
We killed it yesterday. And we're going to mix these together. And then I'm going to take that mint and that basil and that lavender out of my garden, and we're going to sprinkle it over it.
Because we're always looking for something like light for
well,
spring
the
and
mint
summer.
will bring it out, and it'll make it a little lighter. So we're going to mix that together, and we're going to add a fresh lime, so a little bit of lime juice.
I want to know, do our audience members, do you guys have gardens? And if so, what's growing on it? And be sure to pick up that microphone so I can hear your lovely voices. I know they don't want to pick up the mics. We're just making them do it.
Now, I wish I had a garden. I don't have a yard. I just have a little strip in the back. But
like me, no yard.
No yard. But growing up, my father always had a wonderful garden, so I got spoiled.
And I love a good garden tomato. I know you don't like tomatoes, but there's something about
especially the heirlooms.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And they're about. It's almost. When is tomato season? It's really close, right?
Well, it's coming up.
It's coming up.
It's close.
My favorite is the Cherokee Black. I love that tomato.
I always forget that there's so many different varieties of tomatoes, and especially the heirlooms. How about you, Tiger? Got a garden?
I don't have a garden. I built a rose is the wrong word, but a raised garden for my wife, and she's the one who does the garden. She does the corn and the tomatoes and the let's see here, corn, tomatoes. She's done squash. She's tried watermelon. I mean, she does a fair amount of it, and then she takes and she'll can it up and start eat it.
Canning
for a while.
is another thing that's really popular.
Yeah.
A lot of people are doing that too.
I do a lot of canning.
So that salad took like 2 seconds to do, right?
Yeah,
so
it's a little lime juice, a little herb, a little cotija cheese, which I'm probably messing up the pronunciation of that, and I'm getting it cotija cheese.
Cotija.
And then we've got a little bit of balsamic glaze we're going to put over the top.
So there you go. Just something that, and you can always put that in like a little bowl out by the pool. And
and it's cool. Let me get y'all some forks.
Go for it. We got to break out our fine china for our guests over here.
Oh yeah. Bringing out the good stuff.
You guys didn't know you were getting all the fine stuff.
There you go. There's that.
And so yeah, that's a perfect dish for
and it's really light and it's summery, and you eat it by the pool, eat it outside. If you don't like balsamic, don't use balsamic. If you do, use more.
I like Francine's rationale. If you don't like it, don't use it.
Well, this is my thing, and a lot of people, whenever I do seminars and classes, a lot of people don't understand. When you're making something and you're reading a recipe, that recipe is not set in stone.
Right.
That is a guideline. If there's jalapenos in it, you don't like jalapenos, don't use them. If there's pepper in it, you don't like pepper, don't use it. If there's something you want to add to it and use it, change it.
get crazy.
Make it your own.
No one says it has to be
exactly. There's
the same
nothing
one.
set in stone where it has to be the way you think it should be on paper.
Francine, I'm going to hold this over here while I don't do it yet. Oh, you did it. Never mind. I was going to get that good shot of you doing it.
Oh, sorry.
Let's put
I can
some
do
more.
it again.
Let's put some more on it. We can just put some more on this one if you want.
Well, we make. He's going to eat
She's
too.
going to build another one. Let me get me a fork so I can try it out.
And the lime, like if you don't like limes, don't use limes. Use lemons.
Francine, I would be remiss if I didn't come up with or ask you questions about bacon peanut butter pie and how that whole thing, that recipe came about.
Lord have mercy. Okay, I was reading a book.
What book was it, Francine?
It was a very.
Francine, what book was that?
It's like this. Okay, what shot do you want? Where do you want,
I want you over
under
here.
the camera?
Yeah, so this camera can get it.
Got it?
Go for it.
Okay, here's the balsamic glaze.
And so.
That's it. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
There's him.
She said that's all it was.
That's all.
So tell us about this book
Okay.
that you're reading, Francine.
So I was reading a nice little book that was wrote by a woman named E.L. James, and it sold a few billion copies, and it's a nice little book called 50 Shades of Grey. And in this book, I was reading it, and I fell asleep reading the book and watching Not Your Mama's Meals by Bobby Dean. So I fell asleep and I had a dream about a pie. And this is the honest to God truth. I had a dream about a pie. I got up the next morning, and the first thing I want to do after I made breakfast is I had to make the ingredients for this pie and get the components right, because it was in my head, and I keep a paper by the bed, so if I wake up in the middle of the night, the recipe, I'm scribbling stuff.
She dreams about recipes.
I dream about recipes, but most of the time I can't read the handwriting the next day. So it was in my head, and I had to get up, and my husband's, it's like Saturday morning, and he's off work, and he's just hanging around the house. He's like, "What you doing?" I was like, "I had a dream about a pie." And he's like, "What was the dream?" He says, "You're just flopping like a fish." I went, "I made a pie." That's all I said. And it was a peanut butter mousse pie and everything. So he had bacon in his hand from breakfast, and he took the bacon and he dumped it in the mousse mix and put it in his mouth. He went, "Baby, you got to try this." And I went, "What?" And he gets another piece and he does it. And I put it in my mouth, and I was like, "I can mix this with chocolate and bacon and peanut butter. Oh, we're going to do this." And until like 3 or 4.
Chocolate, peanut butter,
and it was
bacon
creative.
pie. Yeah.
But the hardest part was being in New York City at my editor's office and in a conference room with the speakerphone, because using the word Bobby Dean, we had to get his permission to put it in my book. So my attorney, my editor, me, him, his lawyer, everybody's on speakerphone, and they want to know the story of how it happened, and I'm like blushing.
So you had to tell that
story.
story
I had to tell that story to Bobby Dean and probably his mama.
And that pie went
that I had a
viral.
bad dream.
After that episode aired on the cooking competition, it went viral.
It
Huffington
did.
Post did articles on it,
Yep.
all over the internet. So that's like
Yeah.
the most famous pie in the world, probably.
It's the second most searched pie on the internet. And then they just served it on the cruise that I was on. They served it to 6,400 people, got to eat chocolate bacon peanut butter pie.
That's awesome.
So it was pretty cool to have something like that in that mass quantity. And that I was like,
Everybody
wow.
wanted to know it, and so you probably peanut butter bacon pied out. You just like, I don't want to make any more of them.
I'm tired of it, but I still have to make them, and it's a little thrill every time I do it, because it's like, yeah. And then my husband, of course, is like, "What you making?" And I'm like, "Go away.
I'm not making the pie.
Just
Leave me
go
alone.
away." Because every time he gets in the kitchen with me, something else happens, and I'm just
So
like,
I
"Go
see
away."
some little sweet things over there. What are we going to be making with
I
that?
think we're gonna build us a little dessert.
Let's do
after
it.
all this. So
Let's do it.
Let's pick this up and clean this up a little
I'm
bit.
a good cleaner. I can help clean things.
We're gonna move this.
Gonna move this over here. So tell me the inspiration behind this dessert.
I wanted brownies.
Okay.
It's that simple.
I just wanted brownies.
I wanted brownies. So what I come up with is we're gonna get some ice cream.
There's ice cream.
There's ice cream.
I turned to a kid just like everybody else with the ice cream.
Here, you want to open that up for
Sure.
us?
So what do you guys over here think about the salad that you have? Is this a recipe that you would use, at home? The family is looking for something really quick and seasonal. Something you make?
My wife would say no because she doesn't like the
Sweet and
Sweet and the savory.
My mother though would go ecstatic, go crazy over this, and I never would have thought about the lavender in it. That's really good in there.
I'm
like
a
that
huge
a lot.
fan of lavender.
Yeah.
So I never would have thought about putting it in that.
But you have
I've
to.
eaten lavender before, so this is my first time.
Well, what's cool is one of the greatest flavors in the world is lavender and lemon. But you have to get the edible lemon. Now, I grow edible lavender, not the kind that you make soap out of.
Yeah.
There's different grades of lavender, so I grow the lavender that you can eat and everything. But I love lavender and food.
When I was in Oregon, I just one of my favorite memories was stopping by a lavender field and just kind of wanting to lay in it. That wasn't the edible kind though. That was just
That's gotta make you go to sleep.
Yes, we have Southern Hills Lavender in Taylor's is awesome, and they have a You Pick Day where you can go there, and they sell the edible lavender as well, but they also sell like the plants, which are supposed to be good for relaxation and calmness, and people have essential oils and stuff with all that on it.
And mosquitoes.
And mosquitoes. Yeah.
Gotta love it.
So Francine, as we're getting ready to plate this dessert, if they want a pie, they want a cake, they want something made by you, you will do all of that. You will come to their house and cook with them.
Yes, I do teach classes, and it's called Bake at Home with Francine, and I go to their home and I teach them. And most of the time, it's stuff that they have a hard time with, like biscuits and pie crust. Biscuits is the #1 request. People have the hardest time with biscuits, and I'm just like, nah, da 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 da. But it
like,
took me
biscuits. How hard can it be?
It took me 40 years to do that,
yeah.
though. It took me 40 years to learn how to make the perfect biscuit. So what we've got here is we've got us a little brownie, a little ice cream. I need a paper towel.
What is the any suggestions you would give people when cooking, like brownies or cookies or anything like that? Like anything that the most common mistake?
Oh, they overcook them. I like mine smushy. Like you see, these are smushy brownies. I love smushy, chewy brownies.
Not where it's going to break your.
Yeah, it's going to break your teeth. So you don't want the hard brownies. So let's get some. This is my chocolate sauce.
It's like a science experiment. We're like, what's next? What's coming out of it? What is she going to add next?
But this is actually the chocolate sauce that I use on the chocolate bacon peanut butter pie. So
you guys kind of get the chocolate. Peanut butter pie.
So y'all like chocolate, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I was like, if you don't like chocolate, get out.
You're in the wrong place.
That's just wrong.
So we're gonna drizzle a little bit, and this is like a brownie sundae.
But like, we don't know how you got in our audience if you don't like chocolate.
Yeah.
That should be on the little sheet. Do you like chocolate?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
This is like a hint. Remember the Shoney's chocolate cake that you used to get?
Fudge cake.
The hot fudge cake.
Lori, you remember this? Pick up the microphone,
yeah.
Lori. Tell us about this cake.
She
What was
got
so great?
excited,
I know. It's like that's the most exciting.
That's one of the things you miss about Shoney's is their hot fudge cake. We did it at Friday nights in high school. We would go after
after ball games.
After
It's
ball
amazing
games or
how
something.
food can make you have that memory. We're like,
Well, you think about it. Most food, you can taste something that takes you back. Like I can eat a clock hamburger, and I'm 7 years old again. So, and this is that I love this whipped cream stuff in a can. Whoops. And we're just putting some whipped cream. We got some brownie squares, and we're gonna put.
now that is beautiful. Wait, there's more. Oh. Yes. So all you people that are looking at home, saying, "Oh, I wish I had signed up for that cooking with JG thing." That, you know,
this is
what you're missing out on here.
And then on top of that, I've got some candied pecans.
Look at that.
These are candied pecans that was sent to me by a company, and I love them. So we're gonna. Everybody like pecans?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's like no nut allergies or
Yeah.
anything. We don't
These
want
are
you-
not regular pecans. These are candied. So you get that
Wow.
butterscotchy on top of that. So
Let me grab some.
you better
spoons.
pull out the good silverware for these.
Let me get out the fine china
Get the
for
fine
y'all.
china for these. There you go.
There we go.
And here's one for you.
Oh, look at that. I get one too. Okay, so we're getting close to the end of our show. So if you saw any recipes or anything on the show today that you want more information about, you want to get in touch with Francine, you can always go to our website, WSPA.com. There's a Cooking with JG tab up there. If you've never been able to be on one of the shows, well, you're not too late. This is our first one. There are going to be plenty of others once each month. And then we'll let you come in and be in our studio audience, and we'll choose a couple of folks to do that. So again, WSPA.com. You can also visit Francine at
FrancineBryson.com. They got quiet.
Okay, I want some final thoughts from you guys on this dish here.
This is really good.
Very good.
It's good. So we got two really good.
Yeah.
So
and then we got these.
Oh yeah, we got to real quickly try those so we
yes.
can get out of everybody's way. This is the jelly. Every time there's a new Oreo flavor, we always bring it
Can
out.
you see that? The jelly donut.
Jelly donut Oreo.
Oreo.
The limited edition. So
Yeah.
they're available in stores now.
Yeah, I found them in Easley.
So we always like to give them a good taste test
Here you
and
go.
see what we think.
Everybody try a donut. Because we didn't have enough junk to eat. All right, what do you think?
I'd eat it. I'm eating it. It's not bad. I don't know if it tastes like a. What do you guys think?
I don't get jelly donut.
I don't get jelly
It
donut
tastes like
either.
a normal lemon.
It tastes like like
Normal.
Oh no, I just got a little bit of fruit taste. There's a little bit of fruit taste.
Raspberry middle.
Yeah.
Right in
Yeah.
the middle.
Yep.
So I don't know if I'm gonna rush out and buy those though, but
I like the firework ones better.
yeah, I gotta try those still.
I ain't mad at it though.
That's my term. I need a t-shirt.
You know that's
I ain't
coming.
mad at it.
I ain't mad at it.
Tiger, Lori, Francine, thank you guys so much for being
for
here
having
for
me.
the very first Cooking with JG. We hope there will be plenty more. Again, thank you guys so much for joining us online. Be sure to share this video with your friends. And if you know a foodie that would love to be in our studio audience, again, WSPA.com. And you can click on the Cooking with JG tab. We'll see you guys next time.
That was fun.